Hello everyone, and welcome back to the third episode of TECHSPIRANTS, the CSI UMIT original podcast series where we try and help you debug real-life problems. In today's episode, we will discuss topics such as hackathons and important algorithms. I, Tanaya Bonde, Chief Editor of CSI UMIT, along with Mansi Mewada, the event head of CSI UMIT, will be your hosts for today.
Today's guest is a passionate learner, a great mentor, and a tech enthusiast. She's currently interning at Postman as a student community intern, a Beta Microsoft Learn student ambassador, chapter lead at Girls Script Mumbai, Angel Hack ambassador, Google Ads top marketer, and the list is endless. I would like to welcome our guest, Ms. Aanchal Mishra.
So much. Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me. First of all, a huge round of kudos to the entire CSI UMIT team for taking this initiative, because I personally feel that, we are at a virtual time, like we are in virtual times here, unexpected times, and definitely it becomes very difficult as a student and as a learner to, learn things from each other, that too from your classmates, right? And what could be better than having these initiatives? So kudos to the entire team. I'm really excited to looking forward to answering all the questions I can. And let's get started.
Welcome to this session, Sudhi. We are really even excited to have you on board. So let's start with the questions now, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you have participated in a lot of hackathons, am I right?
Yes, indeed, many.
So how do you feel? Like, how did you find opportunities regarding these hackathons? And after finding these opportunities, how do you go planning about it?
Sure, it is a very good question. So if I remember back then, rolling my wheel back to the times when I started with hackathons, I remember it, being really, I was completely a newbie here. And I also had, but one thing which helped me there was that I had good connections with the people from other colleges. Like, of course, you end up joining the college, and of course you get segregated and you get separated from your friends, right? Who join in some other technology, like other colleges in the same domain. So my main intention was, I used to be part of those groups, like those WhatsApp groups, who actually used to spread the word about, let's say, the hackathons, the intra hackathons which are happening in their college. And from that, I used to know about it. Now, if I talk about like the current time, because of course we are currently in the, in this pandemic, and of course we have everything very, very sorted, and it has definitely, become better in terms of talking about finding opportunities. So here, if I talk about the finding opportunities, I think there are amazing platforms that can actually help one in finding the right hackathons according to them. Like to name some, there is DevPost, then there is Hackathon.io, then we have MLH, and then we also have, we have a lot of of course, most of them can actually be found, platforms which you can actually, subscribe to, so that you can get the notification whenever there is a new hackathon that is happening around the globe. And apart from that, of course, planning the hackathons, I have been very, very strict whenever I'm participating in a hackathon. That means whenever I'm participating in a hackathon, I say no to my friends. Okay, that means that no. And like, I know you are my bestie, but that does not mean that we'll be teaming up and, we'll be working on a project. Why? Because I personally feel that in order to get the best out of something, like wherever you are actually, trying to, like, let's say whether it is a job, whether it is, just a competition, I believe getting in that uncomfortable zone is very, very important. Let it be for your bestie or let it be for you as well, because if you are working together on a project, let's say, of course, if you know that, your friend has good skills and they can definitely help you in the project, awesome. in case you don't find them the suitable fit, but don't be like, like, hey, chill, because I'm also coming, so I also wanted to be joining in, and then let's do whatever you want, because it actually creates a very unproductive environment, which definitely I don't think that will be the motive of joining in a hackathon at the very first place. So yeah, that is a little about how like, of course, how I actually plan about it, but definitely there is not a hardcore rule that you should be planning it definitely according to that. You can definitely team up with your friends and then come up with some amazing ideas and then try something new. So yeah.
So let's move ahead to the second question. So, what were the major benefits of participating in this hackathon, and how was it helpful in your transition to a corporate setting?
Because I have been participating in a lot of hackathons. So if I talk about the benefits, it is I can't even count, because they are like really countless, because there is too many. If I talk about some of them which really helped me is, of course, participating in hackathons definitely give you a recognition. It also gives you, of course, we have cool prizes, we have certifications, we have certificates, we have job opportunities as well. I have seen so many hackathons which actually come up with yeah, they also have the recruiting going on while hackathons. So I have came across all of them, and I have definitely leveraged them as well. I was also fortunate to interview at some of the top product companies by participating in the hackathon, because the mentors whom I was interacting with, they were actually working in that company, and I built a good relationship with them, because I personally feel that hackathons is not just about making a product, making a project, and then submitting it. It is more than that. You should be leveraging the mentors you are provided, you should be leveraging the judges, like you have been provided with, and like there are so many options. There are just countless options. So I would, to be frank, again, going back, there are many. It depends. Of course, now when I talk about these hackathons, these are prior to an individual. Like, they differ from individual to individual. Like, if I'm just like, I have just submitted my proposal, and I'm just thinking of that, not like, I don't want to network with other participants, I don't want to network with the mentor. I want to just stay like low-key and then focus on a project. Definitely you cannot leverage these benefits, because you will definitely not be able to know that what others are making, what you might be able to make in your next hackathon. That might be a good project, and that can definitely help you in getting more recognition, and definitely adding value to your resume as well. So yes, in short, it helps you, it definitely helps in building a very, very good resume. If I'll talk about my resume, which was back then, like in the very first company which I applied for, it was full of hackathons, to be frank. But that did not actually, that definitely helped me. Why? Because I did not have a good experience at that time in my very first year, while I was applying for like applying for internships. Later on, it became too hard for me to like, my whole resume became actually like 4 pages long. So of course we cannot actually make it with all the experiences there. So I had to really cut down on my experiences and then apply. So that's what it actually helps in, when you are at one time, you don't know what you will be writing in your resume, and it actually gives you so many experiences that you end up learning so much. You learn, you start learning more, and then of course it adds value to your resume automatically. And of course, when talking about how it actually helped me in transitioning to a corporate setting, I believe that it was a very natural one. Like, all the exposure which I got, and when you actually try, like, yeah, when you actually enter the corporate world, you have to be learning some side skills as well, soft skills as well as leadership skills. Like, whether it is you are just interning there, but of course these are some of the qualities which you are expected to learn, either during the internship, or of course like, in hand before that. So yes, it definitely helped me in learning about how I can actually present myself, how I can actually pitch my ideas, how I can actually do teamwork. And yeah, that's what actually these were some of the major points which actually helped me, but that hackathons actually helped me with. Yeah.
Great, Dev. Thank you so much for that. So let's move on to the next question. According to your LinkedIn profile, you seem to be an ML enthusiast. So can you tell us what resources you referred for it? Or what
Oh
courses
yes,
did
I
you
am. I am.
take?
Yes. Yes. Okay, sure. Yes, I am a ML. I am definitely an ML enthusiast, and thank you so much. I think you had a good research on my LinkedIn profile as well. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so I would say that my journey with ML actually started my very first year when I was going through some random videos on LinkedIn, and I was scrolling there, and I actually found this very cool project that was explaining the sorting process of machine learning, and I instantly loved it. I definitely wanted to explore more about this entire field and wanted to pursue in this domain. So what happened is, of course, after that it went numb, because of course we had our college semesters and everything, so it was like freeze for a very long time. Suddenly there came an option of participating in Smart India Hackathon, which is India's largest hackathon, and that's supposed to be here. And of course, I was not aware of machine learning at that time, but I thought of deciding on a project which actually we can solve by using machine learning. So what happened, I was really lucky. I definitely worked on a machine learning project. I was leading my group as well, and I found amazing mentors from our college. Only we had some amazing mentors from the faculties, and then I started learning about it. I started learning more about machine learning, how we can actually implement things. And it was a very slow journey. For me, it was very slow, because I wanted to take it slow. I wanted to understand everything of machine learning, what happens, the calculus and everything, and then finally build up the product or project. So yes, it happened it happened via that. And I was really, we were also fortunate that just by trying this, we were actually selected among one of the shortlisted projects to be moving forward with going to the next round of SIH. So yes, that gave me the enough motivation to yeah, I'm on the right path, and let's go get started with that. Talking about the resources that I referred, I would say I used to refer a lot, because I never paid for learning machine learning, to be very frank. But I referred Lawrence Morney's videos. If you will, yeah, they can be actually found on Coursera. There are very good resources which can be found there on Coursera. Apart from that, Lawrence Morney also has some really cool videos on YouTube itself, YouTube itself, which are definitely open source, and anyone can definitely have a look at it. Apart from that, I also referred Andrew NG course. That also can definitely give you a very nice push to understand what exactly is ML, and with all the real life examples, you can definitely do and learn it. So yeah, these were some of the resources which I referred.
So let's move ahead. From a corporate perspective, how essential are ML skills according to you?
Oh, yes, very essential, indeed. Why? Because I always say that, and I think it is not a secret that every company, or let's say every big company, is definitely a data company. That means you are analyzing, you are definitely the place where you're going to work in, the workplace or the organization where you will be working in, will be working with millions of data. Okay, to be frank, they will be working with n number of data, millions, and millions and trillions of data. And in case you don't know how to process them, that's totally fine. No one is going to say you that, hey, we expect you to be learning this, because machine learning is just a domain which is not an essential domain. But in case you have a knowledge of it, you can actually work smartly. Let it be from the business perspective, because the tools that machine learning offers, let's say Power BI, these are some of the tools which actually machine learning offers. And if you have an essence of if you have the essence of understanding them, what it can actually do is it can actually make you stand out of all the employees which you are working with. Because I have seen, currently I'm not working in machine learning domain, to be very frank. I'm working on a different, on a completely opposite company, where where I'm definitely not expected to know about machine learning. But why it is important for me is because whenever a problem comes, I will definitely analyze it from a perspective of a machine learning engineer. And that actually plays a very important role, because knowing the data, understanding the data, and then putting your perspective that what we can actually do with this data, helps a lot. Let it be, you are managing your spreadsheets, right? I am sure that CSI UMIT manages its own spreadsheet. Definitely. Now, once you know that you have these data set, how you can actually analyze them and how you can actually, build the impact for greater. So what you can do is, that these are the interested people who are attending the session. Then what you do is, that, yeah, you have been seeing that these are the people who definitely registered for the event but did not come. So what you do next time is, you have this podcast, you will directly, you have the name, you have the email IDs, you will send out the podcast link to everyone. That's how smartly, we can definitely work on. It is a very small depiction of, definitely, it is not exactly what I'm talking about. It is a very short depiction and a very short example of, understanding how machine learning can definitely, help you. But that instant click, that what we can actually do with so much of data. So that's why I feel that it is very essential to know machine learning. Definitely, machine learn if you are learning machine learning, it is not something which is going to be very easy, believe me, because I have definitely invested more than 4 years, and I cannot say I'm an ML expert. I definitely, consider myself as an intermediate person who has an expertise over this domain. So yeah, that's how, that was just a short example, but yeah, that's how it can definitely help you.
Okay. So let's move on to the next question again. Yes.
Sure.
So again, from your profile, you seem to have been participating in a lot of communities as well. So how has these training communities benefited you in your professional as well as personal life?
Very. Right now, whatever I am, all the recognitions which I get, I definitely owe it entirely to these communities which I'm part of, because I personally feel that it would not have been possible for me as just an individual who has joined a college. That too, of course, a very where we also did not have the, opportunity to interact a lot, learn a lot, to be very frank. And then, trying to come, then coming across these communities, definitely they came in as an angel when, I was completely lost that, what to do exactly, because I am going to college every day, I'm definitely learning, but I want to learn more, and I definitely want to, pursue that and learn the culture, how I'll be working and how I'll be working with these communities. So definitely all these communities, let it be Postman Student Leader Program and Postman Student Leader Program, they actually helped me in getting a job at a unicorn company. So, currently I'm working at Postman, and that is definitely something which I think which has been the proudest decision of my entire life, that, I never thought of working at a unicorn company, to be very, very frank. But this community, the entire community, I went there, I was recognized, I was given a platform to express myself. And then, of course, I definitely believe, I strongly believe always, from the very start, that if I know something, let's teach them. Okay, let's teach everyone. So, and that I did, and these recognitions were definitely, and these some of my side skills were definitely recognized in the community. And that's why everything which I do, even taking the session, even taking the entire, telling about my experiences to people, it is all just a form of giving back to the communities, and it's just to show my love, because they have definitely given me everything which I was, looking for. Let it be the, transition, let it be the learning of the skills which are required, the exposure and everything. So yeah, I owe everything to the communities, and definitely, they have helped me in my personal growth, for, professional growth. I never thought, to be frank, that I'll be actually, becoming so important, and I'll be forming, meaningful friendships from the people around the globe. When I talk about it, of course, these are the programs which actually help you to network with the people who are around the globe. That means not from your college, not from your city, not from your region, not from your state, not from your world, not from your country, but of course from other countries as well. So yeah, that's what what exactly can be more good than, more better than that, right? So yeah, this was just a short. I can definitely go very, very long with it. I have definitely taken, 1.5 hour session on leveraging these communities as well. So yeah, but to be summing up everything, definitely I owe a lot to them.
It is very lovely to hear this. All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Means a lot.
So thank you, Lord Dee, for these questions, answering these questions. These were really insightful. So now we have a rapid fire round coming up. So are you ready for that?
Oh, yes, I always love it. Let's get started.
So let us know what are the choices of Aanchal. So let's start with the rapid fire. So would you choose a web development or app development?
Web development, anytime, every time.
Okay. Second, C++, Java or Python?
Again, Python, because I come from machine learning domain, so I love, Python.
Lovely. So favorite topic for a tech talk?
Favorite topic, it has to be APIs 101 using Postman because I have been doing it a lot, and yeah, that's why APIs 101 using Postman.
Favorite year of engineering?
First year, of course, because that was the only time where I could, where actually I enjoyed with my friends and hang out and everything. So after that, too, of course, we had a lot of things on our hand, and that's why never actually was able to enjoy it completely. So yeah, first year.
What would you prefer, front end or back end?
Backend. Yes, I'm a lot into backend.
Great. Which Coursera or Udemy?
Coursera every time, and of course, anytime.
Okay. So which software do you use most frequently?
Because I work at Postman, I end up using Postman like on hourly basis. Like I use it like now also it is open. So I use Postman a lot. Apart from that, definitely I interact a lot on VS Code. So yeah, these are some of the platforms I use completely every time. Yeah.
Great. So finally, what advice would you like to give our viewers?
I would say there could be, like it is. I would just sum up by saying everything that if you are as an undergraduate, if you are someone who is a new learner, don't ever hesitate to participate in these hackathons. I'll keep it relevant to hackathons because we are discussing hackathons. That's why, from my opinion, I definitely believe that it is very important as a new learner as well because there has to be a start, right? If you don't start it, you will never able to understand that why exactly these things happen and whether they are actually for you or not. And believe me, it is for you. Like it does not require you to be from the specific domain. I am from electronics, but I am doing great in this domain, and I definitely, I believe I was the first one in my entire college to from my campus to find a job, like of course that too off campus opportunity. Like I was given this, I was actually given this role back then, like 6 months back. And at that time only, I was made sure that because of my skills, that I'll be joining in as a full-time employee as well. So, definitely I never thought of it if there would have been no start that, hey, actually, you should be definitely, I would have never pushed myself that let's get started, let's get comfortable by getting uncomfortable, facing the challenges. And then of course you build up your entire life when like now you can definitely be like free. You can definitely make your choices, and accordingly you can do it. So definitely it is, hackathons are not specifically for the people, for the nerds. It is for everyone. It is definitely for the beginners as well. Try to leverage them as much as possible. You might end up getting a job. You might end up you might end up failing. Okay, that's totally fine, because even if you fail, that your product your project was really good. You can add that in your resume section as a project. Okay, that is never no one is going to stop you for that. Okay, so that is what exactly it is a win-win situation. Like never you don't lose, but you end up winning and winning and winning in every time whenever you are participating, and you have more experiences. So yes, leverage them. Leverage the communities, which I have definitely already mentioned. Leverage the communities, leverage these initiatives which are being taken care of by the community inside our college only. And yeah, have fun in the journey. That's it.
So it was a really nice talking to you. And I swear I am so motivated right now. I personally feel this, and I'm pretty sure everyone will learn a lot from your experience and the advice you gave to them. Thank you so much for coming. It means a lot to me, to Tanaya, to all of us. So we would like to thank all the viewers too, who spent a little time from their business schedule and Stay tuned for the next episode and follow CSI UMIT on Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube. Till then, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.